What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jesse's World. You might notice that it's a little bit shady where I'm at right now because I'm in the backyard and I'm gonna start tackling the roof of my shed. It's in dire need of repair. This is what I'm working with. So this tree, and I've said this before, especially in the video for whenever I was trimming the tree with the new extended saw that I have, the chainsaw attachment for the pole saw. But this tree was hanging down and touching the roof right here, and it was rubbing, and it ruined the shingles on this side right here. That piece of wood is there because the wood had not gotten rotten yet, and I didn't have all of the stuff I needed in order to be able to fix the roof. So I put that piece of wood there to press it in and keep the rain from getting in. The wood over here is rotten now, and the base is rotten there. So I will be ripping all of the shingles off of this side of the roof, like this whole side, and redoing it. The other side, oh look, there's a shingle. The other side is in good shape. There's nothing wrong with 99% of the other side. So I don't think I have to take that side off and redo it. But yeah, that's my my project for the day. I'm going to get started on it, tearing off the old stuff, because I don't think there's really a good way to just take off part of the roof and repair part of it. I'm sure maybe somebody who's done roof repair before or is a professional at doing this might know, but I don't. And well, frankly, this side of the roof looks like it needs to be replaced anyway. I'm really hoping that that thing of shingles there, those 2 packs of shingles actually, is enough to do this whole side. What is there? Does anybody know how many pieces come in 1 pack of shingles? I'm gonna count these. Okay, so I just counted. It looks like each package of shingles comes with 22 in it. And I went over to this side of the roof that's good and counted, and just this lower section, not the upper section, looks like it takes about 48 to do just the lower section, roughly guessing here. There's 8 rows, and each row has what looks like roughly 6 shingles on it. So I guess I won't be ripping the entire roof off the shed because I don't want to have to spend any more money. I got these shingles for free from TJ whenever I got the truck from him. He had them laying in his garage and did not need them. So I guess I'm going to do what I can, or see what I can do as far as repairing the shed roof instead of ripping the whole thing off. That'll be fun. Probably a little less work. So I figured I'd get you guys up here a little bit closer to look and see what I'm dealing with. That just fell off in my hand. And it looks like they used staples to put this whole thing together, which is pretty much what they used for the whole shed to put it together, was staples. So this is my roof, and that's my finger inside the shed. It's just not in great condition. Again, there's, it's rotten, so I think what my plan is now, because the top of the roof, aside from this shingle right here, looks to be in alright condition. I need to trim that back so it doesn't ruin this part of the roof. But I think what my plan is going to be now is to try to peel up, to probably get a putty knife and run it along this edge here and peel up these shingles from these shingles and go over, well, probably to about here, I guess, and rip all of this off and see what I'm working with as far as the wood underneath goes. I gotta get this piece of wood off that I stuck on there temporarily, because this part wasn't rotten yet. There wasn't a hole in it, and I know I needed to fix it, but I put it off and put it off, and now I have more repair to do. So don't put things off if you don't have to. I did not have this ladder that I'm sitting on right now until a few months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. There's growth in here. There's stuff growing down in here. But yeah, these shingles all need to come off. See how far over the bad goes. Trying to do this without falling off of the ladder. Yeah, this is bad. There's all kinds of pill bugs in here. But look, that's... Alright, there's some good wood over there. So there's some of the good wood. How far up does the bad wood go? Yeah, I gotta go get a putty knife. So this is where I'm at with the whole process. I pulled all of these staples out of the wood just in an effort to make sure there wasn't anything that I was going to hit. I'm probably just going to cut this plywood right here, MDF board, whatever you want to call it, from here up, and just replace this entire section right here. I think the piece that I have is big enough. So that's the big piece of plywood that I have left from my workbench project, and unfortunately it's not tall enough or wide enough to do what I need to do. So I guess I'm gonna be going to buy a new piece of plywood, even though I didn't want to have to. I guess that's just the way these things go. So I guess I'm going to buy another piece of plywood. So I measured that section right there that goes from here all the way across, and it's a 3 foot by 4 foot section. So I think I'll just go to Lowe's, and since I don't have a way, a good way to cut a straight line through a big piece of plywood. I mean, I have my circular saw and I do okay with it, but I like to get it as straight as possible, even though nobody will see it once the shingles are on. I'll have a 3 by 4 section that I can just rip that entire piece off of there and put a new one on with. One trip to Lowe's and to the cutting department, and I now have a 3 foot by 4 foot section. That's what this is, 3 by 4, to replace that whole board width. Alright, so this is where I am at. It's been about 15-20 minutes. I've gotten all of the shingles ripped off of this section of the OSB. And as you can see under there, there's no shingles. So I've gotten the shingles ripped out from underneath of that layer right there. Well, a few minutes later, and I got it off. It came off mostly in one piece. There's still a chunk right up there in the corner that I have to get off. But I also have to replace this board here, so I'm going to move the ladder and get that board taken off. This board here is fine. It's discolored, but it's still solid. That one clearly is okay. A little bit discolored, but it's fine. So it looks like I got to it just in time to prevent having to replace that board, which would have been a really big pain in the butt. So I ripped off the board from the side of the shed right here. Everything near it looks to be in good shape, so I don't think I have to worry about any of that. I'm going to take this out and measure up and cut up a new board. And I mean, it was just toenailed into, there's one of the nails there and one there. It was just toenailed into the side of the shed, so it shouldn't be too hard to put back. Oh yeah, my this Cobalt pry bar has worked great for all of this. It made it so easy to pull that plywood off of the side of the shed, and it pried this thing off with no problem. There's the part number if you want it. I got mine at Lowe's because I get most of my stuff at Lowe's because they give me a military discount. And yeah, I'm gonna go measure and cut this thing up and get it ready to put back in. I obviously need to cut a new little square block that goes right here at the end as well. Okay, so best I could tell, the angle on that board was right at about 25 degrees. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. You know, I'm gonna be the only one who knows it's not perfect, aside from anybody who watches this video. But that's done, and then the block that was on the end here, like this, is done. So basically have all of the pieces needed to go and start reassembly. Alright, there's the new board scabbed in where the old one used to be. So I will work on getting that up there. So I think it's probably about 20 minutes later, maybe a half hour later, and I've gotten the new sheet up there. It does look like maybe the thickness of it a little bit thicker than the original stuff, but that'll be fine. You know, it'll just mean that it's stronger. So now I get to try my best at re-shingling this and hope that I pulled off all of the right shingles and I can get down the new ones without too much problem. So this is where I'm at with it. I just finished putting the first layer down. These shingles are a slight bit longer than those shingles, so there's a little bit of an extra gap there. But I think it'll be alright. If I get too irritated with it, I'll come out here and I'll trim this edge off. I've got some tin snips or something that should be able to cut that off. Is it perfect? Nope. But is it going to prevent the rain from getting in? Yep. It's good enough for me. I'm not a professional roofer. I'm just doing what I can to fix things around here and not spend a whole lot of money. So it's getting into the evening time, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to be able to film what I've got done. So I am planning on trying to finish this up tonight if I can. I've got just a little bit left, so I hope I can. If it's too dark to film, I guess I will just show you guys the finished product tomorrow. But this is basically where I'm at right now. I started this project probably about 1:30-ish today,
and right now it's 7 o'clock. So it's taken me about 6 hours to rip off the roof, replace the base and that board right there, and try to put the roof back on. So I don't think that's taken too long. Okay, that is the last row of shingles put on. I know it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can do something about that. All right, so there's the last row on. It is sitting up a bit because it is cold and stiff. Those shingles probably did very similar to this when they were first installed on the roof, but after the sun beats down on it for a little while, it gets hot outside, the tar will relax, and those should lay down. I did notice that those shingles, the original ones there, the original ones right there, they had some staples holding them down. But these are kind of cold, and I'm afraid if I push them down too hard that they're going to crack in the middle. So I am going to let the heat, it is supposed to be like 80 something degrees tomorrow. So I'm going to see how it looks tomorrow, but that is the finished repaired roof. Before I get down, actually, this is this is the mess that I still have to clean up once I get off the ladder. That's a good piece of wood, just wasn't big enough. There's the bad piece. There's the shingle that I screwed up whenever I first started putting everything together. So yeah, I have to clean up my mess too. All right, this is what it looks like from this side. Obviously, that board is brand new, so it's going to look way different than the other stuff does. It's not painted. But I'll try to get a better shot of it tomorrow during the daylight. And yes, I know the contrast is major, but the shingles aren't even the same style as what's on the shed right now. I just wanted it to no longer be a rust factor, or not rust, sorry, a rot factor on the wood. And now it no longer will be. So, yeah. That's all I really have for right now. Again, I'll get some shots of it in the daylight tomorrow. I don't know what time it is here. Hold on. I took my my watch off that I usually wear because I was getting roof material from the shingles under the watch. It is 7:29, so it took me about 6.5 hours to rip the roof off of the shed, tear the wood off, run to Lowe's and pick up a sheet of wood that was big enough to be able to do this project, put it on, and then re-shingle the roof. Oh, not too bad, I don't think, especially for somebody as inexperienced at roofing as I am. But that's it for now. I'll get the daytime shots tomorrow, and we'll close out this video. All right, so it's the next day. Those top shingles haven't dropped down yet. I might have to get up there and try to persuade them down and put a nail or something in them. I'm going to give it another couple of days. We've got basically no rain in the forecast for the next like week. So we'll see how the heat does with them. But you can see that the roof is at least fixed. I mean, that should keep the rain out. And it doesn't look horrible. I mean, yeah, the shingles don't match, but it's all on the back side of the shed. Nobody can even see it from the deck. I mean, I don't think I did too bad of a job for being an amateur. Like I said, I'll watch those top shingles up there, those ones that are kind of sticking out a little bit over the next couple of days, and see if maybe I need to persuade them downward. And yeah, we'll just go from there, I guess. Aside from that, I'm happy with it. And everything should stay dry now. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. It's, you know, just doing what I can around here with what I got. The knowledge and skills and tools, and doing it as cheaply as possible. Got the shingles for free. Spent $20 on the plywood to replace the rotted stuff, and the roofing nails I got for free as well. So, you know, I fixed my roof for like $21 after taxes and everything. If you guys like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing is the best way to support my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. It's been about a week since I put the new shingles on the shed and replaced it and everything. And unfortunately, the edge layer isn't laying down like I had hoped that it would. This is what it looks like now. It did lay down some, but it's still up too much. So I'm probably going to have to get up there and maybe put a couple nails in it or something, and then just like silicone over the head of the nails so that nothing gets through there. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's still holding up pretty good. Looks pretty good in my opinion. And you know, I didn't do the whole shed roof, but hell, it might have been easier just to do this whole edge right here than trying to figure out how to get those in there the right way. But that's what it looks like after about a week. So I'll have to fix that.